Today, on Another Note.
Ladies, I'm not going to ask about your weekend because all I want to talk about is this Nipsey Hussle funeral, his death, and the conversation is everywhere.
Yeah, because people pigeonhole people when they see them and they're a rapper and they're covered in tattoos, and they automatically stigmatize them and say, well, this person isn't, you're not interested in them. And especially if you listen to the music.
For 12 years as a nurse in the Zambian hospital, she swapped over 5,000 babies for fun.
Do you really think people like her need to be forgiven?
Thank God that God is not like man.
And now going on to our local highlight and spotlight, we're gonna bring up Hair Fairy.
You know what I love about Chantel is every time you see her, and I think it's so important for your brand, people, for your brand. Every time you see her, she's well put together. Her hair is a perfect indicator of the type of stylist that she is.
Today we're going to be speaking about the 5 love languages.
So I wonder, what love languages do we like to receive?
My gift giving days are done.
Welcome to On Another Note. We are located in the beautiful East End for this episode, and yes, we are minus two cast members. So have fun, Dr. Shack Attack and April, and listen, come back soon. But don't worry, we are about to have an amazing time.
As usual.
Of course. Oh yeah. So stay tuned, stay locked, grab something to drink and the popcorn because it's about to go down. Oh. Ladies, I'm not gonna ask about your weekend because all I want to talk about is this Nipsey Hussle funeral, his death, and the conversation is everywhere. So I think it's only fitting that we join in on that conversation. Adri, you are my go-to person for international news.
Oh Jesus! No, I mean, you came in real happy about it. I'm like, Nipsey Hussle and all that. I mean, Nipsey Hussle, for people that don't know,
like
I
me.
think his government name is Armius Ashanome, and he was a rapper, and he was from Crenshaw, LA, and a lot of people kind of, when they see him, they automatically think like he related to Snoop Dogg because he's like tall, he's slim, he has that LA accent, and he was recently killed, gunned down right in front of his store. This random person, for whatever reason, just came up to him and shot him and killed him. Shot him multiple times, and the gunshot to his head, his brother said it was probably the one that ultimately killed him. And he was in a relationship with Lauren London. Yeah. So before he died, recently they were doing a whole lot of press about their relationship. They were recently engaged. They've been together 5 years. This was Lauren London's boo on the low. No one knew about. She had a baby. We were like, what?
I know, right? Like, when did you have a baby?
Lulu had a baby? We were like, what? So she had a baby, and they had this family, and they kept their lives very private up until maybe last year when his album Victory Lap came out. So everybody was like infatuated with their recent engagement shoot. They were like in the middle of LA on this white horse with all her hair looking like Rapunzel, and he looking like this, I don't know, this god, because he was really handsome, you know, and both of them made a beautiful couple. Girl.
Sorry. You like him dark and bow-legged.
I guess maybe he was bow-legged, he just wasn't dark. But I mean, he was Eritrean, so he wasn't all full American. But his father, I think, was Eritrean. They're African. And his music, when people really paid attention, it's so sad that people pay more attention to you while you're dead than when you're living. That people understood now. They paid attention to his lyrics about promoting entrepreneurship, promoting
and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about
in local communities. So that's what he wanted to do. His community in the Crenshaw area, a lot of them are like convicts or felons, and that's who he only hired, those types of persons, because it was hard for them to get.
A better lifestyle. Okay.
And that's what his brother said was a problem with the area, is that because a lot of these persons were on probation, you are not allowed to carry an armed weapon. So that's why this man was able to come up and shoot him and shoot around the area, because other persons got shot. But no one could retaliate because most of them, or if
This
not
is their
all of
second
them,
chance, yeah.
right? So they didn't have any.
Because
they weren't armed.
I found it interesting that I really only started hearing a lot about this guy and the great work he was doing when he was
died.
murdered. You know, I hadn't heard about him as an artist, and I'll be very honest, I'm probably not the person, you know, to talk about rap music or this culture, because I'm really not involved or know anyone. But I do hear enough, and I thought I haven't heard about this positivity, this person promoting wealth, promoting health. Seeking after some of the stuff that Lisa Left Eye Lopez, he and this Dr. Sebi autobiography thing that he was doing. So I was like, how come I only now heard about this? These are topics that I too am interested in, and I was like, okay, this is the first time I'm hearing about this
because
dude.
people pigeonhole people when they see them and they're a rapper and they're covered in tattoos, and they automatically stigmatize them and say, well, this person isn't. You're not interested in them, and especially if you listen to the music, if you listen to Victory Lap, if you listen to Double Up, you're like, this is not for me, switch. But it's other songs on there like Hustle or Motivate or whatever. If you really pay attention, and it speaks more to just the lifestyle that he lived or used to live, or what his friends used to live, but more as you coming up as in the Black community, doing well, when you make it, giving back to the community that helped raise you. And just recently, Jay-Z did a show a couple of days ago, and he had a song dedicated to Nipsey, and he was talking about you have to keep the, I think, what did he say? Keep the street mentality. You can physically be in the street, but you have to get out of the mentality.
I like that.
So that's the problem. So a lot of people want to go back home, but you have to get out of that mentality, whatever it is that's keeping you down as an entrepreneur. If you want to give back, then that's basically what Nipsey stood for. He was all about his family. I mean, it's just really sad that only now people are paying attention to him. And then, there's all this conspiracy around. He was 33 years old, and some people compared him to Haile Selassie. They compared it to a whole lot of different things. And I'm like, at the end of the day, all these people who they're comparing him to, they were still humans. And everybody had a purpose here on earth, and I guess maybe his purpose was to bring people together, because that's what he did. He brought gang members together, gangs who he had, completely no affiliation with. These people in the street crying their eyes out.
And it was a powerful.
They're willing to let the work continue.
Ceremony. Yeah, I think it's important that we highlight little things like this, because, to be honest, it's not my culture, meaning, I'm not into the hip hop culture per se, but I do think that it's important, because these are the men and women who are influencing our children, who are influencing our society. And to hear that this young man did lead a positive lifestyle after growing up in not the best environment, kudos. And we want to say definitely, rest in paradise to Nipsey, and we send comfort and love to the rest of his extended family, Lauren London, his mom, his dad, his brothers, his children who will suffer, and his community, because the good news about it is he did leave a legacy. He didn't go, to his final resting place empty-handed. No. He left a legacy, he left inheritance for his children, and I think that's important. So that was awesome. And I just wanted to touch on it. I knew you probably
I wanted to touch on
it
because I wanted to say the marathon will continue.
I don't know what that means, but
they know. We'll know.
So apparently the marathon continues, and as we continue, I wanted to talk about a topic that I found to be very interesting. So this was on Facebook, and I'm not sure how many of you have heard or seen this, but there was this nurse in Zambia, and she had gotten gravely ill.
Child, I want to bury her now.
And on her dying bed, she started making some confessions. Some of the confessions were like family confessions, and she wanted to ask forgiveness because she had become a Christian, and she wanted to make sure that in her final days that she would definitely be going to heaven, and she had a heavy heart with secrets that she'd kept. So she'd asked for forgiveness from family members, and then she made a very, very daring statement. And she started asking forgiveness for families who she did not know, because she was a nurse. And for 12 years as a nurse in the Zambian hospital, she swapped over 5,000 babies for fun. She said she thought it was interesting. Parents didn't really know the difference. And she just started switching these babies out. I mean, ladies, let's break this down and talk about it. Because the truth of the matter is, how do you really know? Newborn babies look a lot alike. And
They're all just white and squirmy looking.
And the funny thing about it is what she started doing is saying, if you notice that, because she realized that she'd broken up tons of family households over the years because husbands were going, this baby is not mine. After the child starts to develop its final looks, families had been torn apart, and she was legitimately, sincerely apologetic about her behaviors because she had now come into the faith of Christ and wanted to confess some sins before she went. How do we feel?
I want to go first, but I want to, before you go into that whole with if it was right or whatever, do you really think people like her need to be forgiven?
I think grace is available to all of us. I have done some terrible things in my life.
I was going to say, thank God that God is not like man, because
for real, because
I don't know if she have any forgiveness for fun.
For over 5,000 babies.
Just because she's about to meet her maker, all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, the slate white clean.
I don't know if this is sincere, but all I can say, thank God that God is not like man, because if it were me, she would go in to the left, according to Beyonce. Hell. Straight hell I was sending her, because what was the excuse, What was the excuse?
It was just for fun. She thought it was fun. The parents didn't know the difference.
And
newborn babies slightly change. You see them today, you see them a little bit later after you've had the baby. And, and the worst part about it is this is a genuine concern. And to be honest, some years ago, I think it's probably a few decades now in the United States, this is why they started now making sure that tags were put on babies, because babies were being switched. They made sure that mommies, daddies had the tags, that the babies matched up immediately after they were born. And in some hospitals, they make sure that the baby doesn't leave the mommy's room. So all the care and everything happens to avoid situations like this. And then you have places like Zambia that probably didn't have that level of security or knowledge back then. And now you have the confessions that 5,000 babies out there are sitting with the wrong families. I mean, I am devastated as a mom, honestly.
I am sure that would have caused a lot of grievances in different families.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine that me and my other half, we are of a certain coloration, and there, me as the wife brings home this child that look, have straight hair or look odd. No, my husband is suspicious of me, and they're pure and white and sinless. I don't know what he's speaking about. I know that I'm the only person that you're the only person I've been with, and you know the type of disturbances this woman would have caused to different families.
Yeah, she broke up
and then this child that I have raised. No, how can you tell me that that's not my child? But then the child is not my child.
Big up Emory University Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia, because they didn't play with me. They didn't play at all. As that baby came out, she had two, what do you call them?
The bracelets on the ankle.
She had a big yellow one that had a tracking device in it, and then I had one, and my mother had one, and it was like, where you going? Who you with? And me and my mother had this conversation. She was like, when the baby is born, I follow her. You're on your own. And I was like, do what you need to do. Follow the baby. She is the most important thing right now. Don't mind if I die. I mean, no, I'm just saying, don't mind if I'm here, if I stay behind. Get the baby. Yeah, no, they want to play. Mommy, we weren't playing that.
And these rules literally happened because years ago there were too many cases of this. Children got ill and then the parental DNA did not match up because this is not the father or the mother.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out, well, it's impossible. We've had this baby from the hospital at birth. It's absolutely impossible. But the DNA didn't match up. And years ago they started seeing things like this. But then you have countries like Zimbabwe, like BVI, like, let's be honest.
But it happened in the U.S. Every state is different. So don't be scared and be like, oh, well, that's why I don't want to have my children in the BVI or wherever else.
But it can happen anywhere.
It can happen anywhere.
It can happen
just
absolutely
crazy. A nurse
anywhere.
look, and what you call it, from Twilight, when you imprint on somebody and all of a sudden the little hormones and genetics, everything going crazy in your brain, and you're like, that's mine. But you know, parents normally imprint, or you imprint on the love of your life. There's some strangers that imprint on people's children. They're like, that's mine. And then they kidnap them and go about their business. I mean, I just don't like the fact that all of a sudden now she find it in her heart to forgive and confess. Like, no, she need pelting with stones or something.
I'm glad that she did it. I mean, yes, I understand that this is not that you should have done this a long time ago, but she only became a Christian as she had been diagnosed and was going through this procedure. So she didn't die immediately. She didn't say it like right before she died or anything. She said it once she became a Christian. So as she became a Christian, that conviction of her Christianity, then basically, you know, you need to release all of these things in your from your heart. Because if you were to die tomorrow, which her sickness was unto death, then this you know, you don't want to carry these things with you. So you know, and like we've said earlier, thank God is not like us, because I believe our punishment to her would have been
stoning.
Horrible.
I would have stoned her.
That would have been horrible.
In hell, right between Hitler and somebody else.
Jim Jones. That's what his name.
Yes.
That's his name.
That's exactly what
Them people so need killing.
Yeah, but it's, you know, so yeah, definitely a story shall follow, because it gets us to think, especially if you're a parent out there, you're about to have your child. It just brings up these topics of what security measures does a hospital that you have chosen as your birthplace have? Have you looked into that? Because a lot of times we look into just getting things for the baby, getting your hospital bag ready. Yeah. What is it going to cost? And we don't think about simple things like the security. What is the security measures of these hospitals that you're choosing to have your babies at? And, you know, what is in place
or have
to
a
ensure?
plan in case, you know, like me and my mother, we had a plan. It was like, the baby is the main person right now. I mean, I am the main person too, but follow the baby.
Yeah.
What are they doing? What she needs? She needs shots.
Agreed.
You know, the babies come out. They say they need shots. They want to check their blood.
Yes.
They want to give them a bath. They want to do all these things to them. And that's why a lot of people too, they like their grandmothers around, or as soon as you give birth, you send them by your granny, or you want your mother there because you want someone who's experienced to guide you and to help you. Yeah. So imagine it's this crazy bat nurse want to be switching people babies. Like, excuse me? It's that's karma.
The number is what has me crazy. Can you imagine 5,000?
That's 5,000 families.
Oh my goodness. You know,
within a particular year or two. So like, imagine a hospital
that's actually 10,000 families, because you are affecting both
two sides.
Two sides.
Yeah. So exactly. So that
just insane.
That hospital now, all those birth records, they need to go ahead and contact all these people within these years.
Yep, they have.
And then come in and all this kumbaya and therapy that they need. That's a lot of therapy.
They did. So what the hospital and the government did was during the time, because she gave the specific years of when she started and when she stopped, and then what they've done is they've started investigation into families who had concerns, but they started with, is one of your children different from the other? And if you have those visual effects, or have you had doctors say to you, well, the blood type doesn't match up, or anything like that, and they've started these investigations, and it's just insane. But on that note, we're gonna take a break, and we will be right back on another note. Stay tuned.
And now going on to our local highlight and spotlight, we're gonna bring up Hair Fairy.
You know what I love about Chantel is every time you see her, and I think it's so important for your brand, people, for your brand. Every time you see her, she's well put together. Her hair is a perfect indicator of the type of stylist that she is.
Today, we're going to be speaking about the 5 love languages.
So I wonder, what love languages do we like to receive?
My gift giving days are done.
Shavanda Naturals, handmade natural products made in the British Virgin Islands. Our products are sourced from natural and sometimes organic ingredients. Shavanda Naturals is the perfect gift for your loved one this season. Try our hair and body butters, natural handmade bar soaps, lip balms, shampoos, conditioners, oils, pomades, and scrubs. Also available for wholesale to hotels, bed and breakfast, as well as retail markets. Call us at 443-5404 or send us an email at shavanda@gmail.com.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142.
Welcome back to On Another Note. I'm going to just go ahead and thank our sponsors for our lovely attire today. Give it up for Dual, because Dual always does me right.
Listen, they come through.
Always with the one, two.
Loving the
Just
prints.
so she does be showing off.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, well, why not?
Of course, you have all right.
Yeah.
And also the Beautiful by Jezene.
Yes. Unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. Yeah, so definitely thank you to them.
Thank you for always styling us and keeping us right. Thank you so much. And now going on to our local highlight and spotlight, we're going to bring up Hair Fairy.
Ooh.
So, remember now the Hair Fairy? It's like, what? So the Hair Fairy is going to magical,
I know, right?
sprinkle her magical
Sprinky dust. Add sprinky dust hair. Pixie dust.
talent to get everyone's hair right. I mean, I wish this was done by Hair Fairy at this point, because the wind is just disrespecting this ponytail. But it's owned by Chantel McTavius, and she started doing hair in 2013 and started really taking it seriously in 2017. And girl, 2017 was such a strange year for all of us. Yeah. So imagine starting your business and having that happen with the whole hurricane storm thing, and still pushing through and still being so successful to this day, 2019. So congrats to her. Yeah. But Hair Fairy, she's a hairstylist and express hairstyles. So you know, you get your hair right, you wash it and get it together, and then go to her for her to style it. She does crochets, ponytails, braids.
Oh, nice.
Check her out on her Instagram page, Hair Fairy. I'd be sitting there drooling over and saying, I wonder if I could have this hairstyle for this event, and then maybe I will call her for that. Or you know, you just sit there and you screenshot all these hairstyles and fashion tips or whatever, and I'm sure I have like maybe 3 or 4 hairstyles by Hair Fairy in there, like, one day, Lord, when I just get my schedule right. So I mean, big ups to Chantel.
Yeah.
She's also an educator by profession, but I mean, we all have these like extra talents and passions in us. It's like, okay, I'm going to school to be a doctor, but then, you know, I also like to fashion design, or even Angel has like this crazy passion for almost everything she puts her hands on. I don't think anything she touch go bad. So in Bertha and I, like, we all have these dual, almost like personalities. Yeah. Like if you see me someplace, I'm Adriana. You see me somewhere else, I'm Miss Sabi. You see me somewhere else, I am a mommy. Bug off. So, I mean, I'm so proud. I'm just going to go with it. It's Hair Fairy Salon Studio. And she has a contact number. Nope. So it's just, I think all her contact information is on her Instagram page. So you know, Instagram has email, and then also has make appointment button on there. So you can make an appointment and get to her. Easily accessible. She responds fast, because I've already messaged her a couple of times, but you know, my schedule is terrible. But if you like that type of styles, like her crochets be so neat, her braids are the bomb. There was some posts on Instagram with this girl. She posted a hairstyle that she wanted, which was braids. It was like the lemonade braids. And then somebody with like a coarse, I don't know, it was like a 4C type hair, like real tight, you know, real coarse hair. And this person was like, oh, if you wanted this type of hair, you can't get this type of hairstyle because you don't have a permed hair, and you don't have relaxed hair, and you don't have mixed hair. I was like, this person ain't ready. This person ain't no hairstylist. Clearly not. But Hair Fairy is, and she will get them edges together. Just wanted to put that plug in.
I love it. You know what I love about Chantel is every time you see her, and I think it's so important for your brand, people, for your brand.
She's well
every time you see
together.
her, she's well put together. Her hair is a perfect indicator of the type of stylist that she is. So no hair out of place on her head. Her hair never looks tight. It doesn't look uncomfortable. And then you see her and she's so well put together. And every time I see one of her clients, it's the same thing. Their hair looks very well put together. You know, it almost looks effortless.
Yeah.
Their hairstyle, you know, you think to yourself, did they go to a hair salon? Did they get, you know, like.
And you can almost tell her hairstyles too. You're like,
it doesn't have a lot. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of like gel or a lot of spray. It's not. It just looks very soft. All her hairstyles just look so soft. So definitely shout out to her.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that's one thing I always look at. If you're selling creams for beautiful skin, your skin got to look good in order for you to purchase. So that's very, very important that you plug that in.
like you want to go to a makeup artist and then make them look a hot mess. You're like,
How you
Exactly. Exactly.
like, ma'am, your lashes,
falling off on the side right there?
So
Seriously,
Yes,
I think it's so important
important.
for your brand that you, and that's one of the things I admire about her. But most of all, I am just loving our local highlights, because let's be honest, we have had such a variety from
we have.
fashion to media to Dr. Peters, who was here with her consultancy services. I mean, we have had a variety of BVI landers who are doing just amazing things in the BVI and beyond, because a lot of their services are services that can be extended outside of our beautiful shores.
Definitely.
So shout outs to all the youngpreneurs, the entrepreneurs, the selfpreneurs, the hustlepreneurs. We got you.
Definitely.
We got you, and we love it. We love it. We absolutely love it. So remember, always buy BVI, buy local, shop local, support a local vendor.
And it's important for entrepreneurs to market themselves, because I think that too is a problem, that we're local and we figure, well, it'll get out word of mouth and someone down the street, or if you show up at an event, then that'll be okay. But you need to market yourself. If you're an entrepreneur, an up-and-coming entrepreneur, have your website. It's only a couple of dollars to go on Wix and build it yourself. It's not.
Or you can come to Cameron Incorporated and I can
If you
help
can
you
come
with
to Cameron Incorporated, she can help you with that. You go have an Instagram page, have a Facebook page, and don't be afraid to post and put things where persons can find you and have easy access to you. Create your own hashtag and market the hell out of that hashtag to make sure that people can find you. Because it ain't nothing, like I just got booked for a wedding the other day and I was like, where these people find me? They were from St. Thomas and St. John. I was like, okay.
You're doing your thing, Miss
Yeah, and it's the
But
same.
it's so important
People
to
need
sell
find
yourself. It's so important to sell yourself. So definitely shout outs to you guys. And I want to give a special shout out because we are at Red Rock Restaurant. And let me tell you, Red Rock is one of the places that you come to when you want to unwind. The food is awesome here. Special shout outs to Chef Kevin. I mean, it's awesome. On Tuesdays, they've got Seafood Tuesdays. And listen, I had to grab the menu because y'all ain't gonna believe this, okay? I wanna list out some things because I've heard so much about Seafood Tuesdays here at Red Rock. They have a 1 pound king crab legs, and you know how hard king crab is to come by. And everything on Seafood Tuesdays comes into Red Rock fresh, okay? Coconut shrimp, stuffed crab shells, red curry octopus. Ooh, child, my mouth is watering, okay? They've got a give me everything platter, and that platter includes fried alligator, crab cakes, stuffed crab shells, calamari, octopus. I mean, you name it. You could get this.
It's an ideal for 4, but I'm sure maybe 2.
Two, because between Adrian and I, 1.5.
We love seafood.
Listen, we love to see food disappear from your plate. We do. We really do.
These ladies.
It's like, seriously, so if you want to have a great family evening, it's Tuesday, you know, you're about to grab something to eat, don't do that. Don't even bother to defrost anything. Don't cook. Come on down to East End at the Penn's Marina. Spend the evening at Red Rock Bar and Restaurant and grab yourself a Seafood Tuesday. The options are endless. And then when you're getting ready to unwind for the weekend, they have got half off on pizzas on Fridays. So make sure you come down on Friday. Their veggie pizza, I know from experience, is awesome.
Yes.
But come down, you can mix and mingle your pizza however you want to, have it made to stay, to go. And if you just want to chill, the bar, the bartenders, the wait staff It's an awesome environment down here, so definitely let's support our local vendors. And with that, we're going to take a break, and we'll see you right after the break. The BVI's best waterfront dining experience. Red Rock Restaurant and Bar, run by 3 generations of the Penn family, is nestled on the waterfront at Penn's Landing Marina. Visiting guests are treated to an elegant, fine dining experience with reasonable prices, generous portions, friendly service, and a relaxing ambience. We serve Caribbean international cuisine made with freshly caught seafood, organic and hormone-free meat, and locally sourced vegetables. Red Rock Restaurant and Bar is perfectly located for visiting yachts and the boating community, with easy access to the water via the nearby marina. Join us for dinner or more overnight in Fat Hogs Bay, or simply jump in the tender and stop by for a bite and a refreshing drink. If you want to stay at the bay, Penn's Landing Marina has moorings and docking facilities and a gas station for refueling. Red Rock Bar and Restaurant is a uniquely versatile dining spot. The terrace is perfect for romantic candlelit meals in the evening with a spectacular view of Fat Hogs Bay. The bar is fully stocked with ice-cold beers and boasts the most impressive selection of malt whiskeys on Tortola. If you want to socialize and mingle or visiting with family and friends, come on down to Red Rock Restaurant and Bar. We can't wait to see you here.
At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
Welcome back to On Another Note, and we are going to jump right into our hot topic. And today we're going to be speaking about the 5 love languages.
Okay.
According to experts, because I don't know anything about any love languages, words of
Is Spanish not a love language? No, I'm kidding, y'all. Go ahead.
I thought of that.
I want to be very smart.
I thought of that. So I had to go and do my research. So we have 5 love languages, which are words of affirmation. So if you ask your husband to take out the
I love you, boo. Look at you, you strong, strapped-in man.
that's a different. That's more like something else.
No, that's
words of affirmation.
That's what words of affirmation.
You the best.
I love the way you
DJ Khaled need a book of affirmation.
I love how you concentrate when you work. Ooh, baby, I love how you take care of them kids.
And another note,
affirmation, I can help you out.
I'ma just
on another note, quality time. That's another love language.
okay.
Oh yeah.
So I think that I feel that I am multilingual right now because I if he complains something wrong with him because I give him all 5. Receiving gifts. I like to give gifts.
Oh, do you?
I like to see that.
At gift giving.
I like to see that expression.
I think my gift giving days are done.
I'm not very good, so I cheat. My mom is like a really good gift giver. She could meet you for 5 seconds, and every year she will remember to send you a gift. She'll remember your birthday. She'll send you a gift, and it's always like
something good,
something
you
really
wanted,
good,
something
and something
that
you wouldn't have thought about. She's
I
really good, so I
wanted
cheat.
it.
I actually don't buy gifts for my husband. He doesn't get to watch all the episodes. Don't watch this episode.
So, but what else do you give him though? What else do you give him though? Because I know you just give him other things.
That's a gift.
Not a gift.
Moving
That's
right up.
affirmation. You the best.
of services. These ladies from, on another note, acts of services, the first love languages. Okay.
Doing things for one another. So showing by action.
What'd you say it is?
Acts of service.
Acts of services.
So showing. So me bringing the food over to you. Here you go, baby.
Making sure that
let me take your
piece
shoes
in that
off.
white
Oh,
dress.
Oh, let me rub your back, baby.
She's not multilingual, the only one.
Words of affirmation is clearly her strong suit, people. Clearly. So what's the fifth one?
Physical touch.
Ooh, child.
Yes. I love that one. I love that one. And it doesn't have to be only when it comes to intimacy. It could be just, rubbing his
Yeah, there's like people who are
shoulders.
touchy-feely.
I
And I only like touchy-feely. I don't know. I can't accept touchy-feeliness from everybody.
Okay, so wait.
No, we're talking about one person.
From a person, from a
if you
significant other?
accept touchy-feeliness
so
from
what
everybody.
about
I mean, you love other people.
wait.
You love your family members.
No, we're not.
Those
This is a
languages.
significant other.
Yes.
So
yes.
wait, let's start. So what is your strong suit? Meaning, which love language are you most versed in? Most versed.
Like I said before, I think reading
I just
this.
said most versed, but I
Most,
said most
most,
versed
most.
in.
So
So
said.
I would say physical touch.
physical touch is the
Yes.
one that you mostly
Yes.
use. Adriana, which one?
Yes.
Are you words of affirmation, giving gifts?
We
acts
know
of
it's words of
service?
affirmation. You strong, baby.
Well, I don't know. We don't know what she does
she
in
not
her.
repeating the
She doing
same-
it to us. We don't know if that's what her significant others.
She froze
Yeah.
now.
Nothing.
What are you most versed in? What do you?
I don't know. All of it, I guess.
No, you most versed.
Me? I don't know. That's something that the person needs to answer. I don't know.
what
I don't
do
be.
you do
I don't
the
listen.
most?
Bring him and
In
sit
all
then.
honesty, this 5 love languages thing, I recently just kind of really paid it any mind. So now I'm thinking in my head, what you say it was? Service,
Acts of
physical
service,
touch.
physical touch,
Words of affirmation.
giving gifts, and missing one.
Physical touch.
No, I said that one
Acts
already.
of affirmation, receiving gifts, quality time.
Quality time.
Quality
And
time.
So what are you best at giving?
What am I
Do you
best at?
talk? Do you affirm them? Do
Yeah,
you
let me
give
put
gifts?
me down for affirmation.
We
I
know
guess.
that. We've been hearing you all morning.
You the best. I don't say that though.
You the best.
I like DJ Khaled.
Yeah, so I don't really know which one I'm most versed in. I think words of affirmation and touch would be the two that are up there on my list. But there's a test, and I took this test some years ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I think I need to take the test because I don't know.
So the book there, all of this comes from a book. I did a study with it with my relationship enrichment group at church. I think the book is by Gary Chapman. It's called The 5 Love Languages.
Yeah, I'm
and
going
at
to
the
just
end
go ahead
of the
and do
book,
what the producers hate for me to do is just go in my phone.
at the end of the book, there's a
see.
test, right, Adri? What is the book called? The 5 Love Languages.
It
And then
says
there's
it's the book is the 5 love languages.
The Secrets to Love.
The
something-
secret to
yeah.
love that lasts.
Yeah, and there's 2 editions. So you can get the edition for married couples, or you can get the edition for singles. So if you're dating, that's considered single. If you're in a relationship and not married, that's considered single. So that's the edition you will get. And trust me, this thing will change your life, because what it does is it really shows you how you also interact with friends, with other people, because you may not notice that you are a
Maybe I need
gift
that.
giver, and that is your strong suit, and you need to really amp that up in relationship, in love relationships. So
I was thinking I was probably a gift giver. I had to stop that though, because you always give and then don't receive. Your feelings always hurt.
but then the other person needs to know what your gift is, isn't that? So
Well, maybe the other person exactly was not a gift giver, because everybody speaks according to the book.
That's true.
In different language. Maybe he was a good massager, or he used to give you words of affirmation, because that was his love language. So you have to.
So I wonder, what love languages do we like to receive? So we know where we are most versed in giving, but what is your love language to receive?
I like words of affirmation, and I like touching. For no reason at all. Just hug me in the middle of the kitchen. I love that.
I think that's probably it for me. Words of affirmation. I'm a talker by nature, and as much as I like my men quiet, it sounds horrible.
That makes sense. I don't want my man quiet. I want
As
him to
horrible as
talk.
that sounds, I think I prefer a man who will say It doesn't matter what it is. I don't even care what the conversation is about. It could be about your job. It could be about a topic you're interested in. I just love to hear you saying things and then saying things to me. So, you know, babe, I love how you look. Oh my God, you look so nice in that dress. That stuff really,
and it doesn't have to be every
appreciate
day, but you know, just tell me. Maybe
every day. Every day would be good.
every day.
Every day would be
2-3 times a day.
well, once is fine, but every day.
Okay. It doesn't have to be every day for me. I mean, you can tell me.
I need to take the test. I ain't even prolonging it. I'll take the test and I'll come back and we'll do
Adriana
5 love
knows,
languages.
She knows. She knows exactly what she's
But,
good at.
but I didn't know. I honestly didn't know.
We'll have 5 love languages when we got all 5.
when the crew is back. I know we should probably continue this conversation when we have the full crew because it's true. And you can go online. The book is called The 5 Love Languages. Check out what those love languages are. See where you are versed. Take the test. Adriana, do you know your status? Do you know your love language status? Do you know what love language you speak? Is it Spanish, French, touch, words of affirmation? What is it? What is it?
Multilingual.
Are you multilingual in your love languages? Okay.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was awesome. This is an awesome topic.
Yeah, we weren't like, I was about to like attack person and say, no, you gonna get these hands. Nobody got hands today. No one got hands. I was really
If you missed that reference, rewind, stop this one, and go back and watch our last episode. You're gonna see why we catch these
except that
hands.
nurse.
Yes. I was gonna help you with her,
I'm telling you.
She was gonna get 2 sets of hands today.
So guys, I think that was a pretty good show. As we said,
Definitely.
we had a great time. Really missing 2 of our co-hosts, Dr. Shack Attack and April. We hope to see you guys back. If you haven't subscribed, like, share, stay tuned to our episodes. And if you want to be featured, make sure you send us a message on any one of our social media platforms and we'll be glad to partner with you. Do you want to become a sponsor? Definitely. We're always interested in sponsorships and partnerships. So contact our director by emailing us or messaging any one of our social media platforms. We'll see you next time. It's been lovely to be with you. Have a good one. Bye.